Hello, beautiful souls. This is Vanita Kumar, also known as Twinflameunion, bringing you guys in this week's pep talk and empowerment. People are always wondering how they can improve their life, and one of the biggest aspects, even if you are on a twin flame journey or on a soul's journey, is how to become the better version of yourself, and that could very well be your appearance. And this is an exciting topic that was actually suggested by my viewers to talk about, since they actually saw a little bit of a transformation that I actually went through or am going through regarding my weight and how I'm actually losing some of the weight that I had. So today's topic, as exciting as this is, for those that want to tune in and figure out how I'm doing it, it's not very hard, it's not rocket science. I will actually give you some tips on how to lose the weight. And for those that are wondering how much weight I have lost, I haven't weighed myself lately, but let's just say that I have gone down 2 dress sizes since the beginning of February, and this is airing in now July, so this is how fast my weight loss has been. And it's an ongoing process. It's a fat loss as well, so we'll go deep into the topic, and we'll cover some of the bases on how to go about doing that. But before we actually begin, let's hit it. And welcome back. For those that are new to this channel, please do not forget to hit like, share and subscribe, as well as hit the notification bell for any future videos, especially in the pep talk and empowerment. Whether you're a twin flame or not, whether you are on a soul's journey, you'll find that there's many topics that will actually help you in your own soul's journey. For those that want to book any private sessions with me, you can do that as well. You can purchase and book directly from my website. All that information is in my description box, as well as just want to point out that 10% of Twinflameunion sales also go to charities. So all that information is in my website. So here we go. We've got this exciting topic that people want to know about, and that is, it was a viewer's request, and it's been a while. I haven't been able to actually video any topics. I've just been insanely busy and also enjoying the summer. It's July here in Canada, so well, it is anywhere in the world, but it's summer months for us. So for those that are living in the northern hemisphere, you know that this is important time when it's summer. You can actually go out and do some fun stuff. So it's been kind of like that for me, and I've been enjoying the summer all along. So far, anyways, you know. So yeah, it's been a busy time for me to actually do any videos, so I apologize for that. I didn't forget you guys. I know that some of my regular viewers were probably missing some of my topics, but yeah, it was just a little hectic for me, so yeah, bear along here. As usual, I have written some key pointers to this, and for many of you, you guys wanted to really know how I have been transforming myself. And I always say that if you are a regular viewer, that even if you are on a soul's journey, the whole point of your soul's journey is to become the best version of yourself, and everybody has their best version that they want to be, and that's going to be different for everybody. But for those that are trying to become a better version of themselves, appearance is also one of those, because that's the outer appearance, and you feel better as well when you're actually transforming yourself into a diva or a stud. It doesn't matter which gender you are on. So if you are taking that self-care, that self-betterment, you're wanting to become you want to reach your goals and your desired aspects, it's rewarding to know when you're actually meeting those standards, because it just really makes you feel good. And not to mention that this is a topic also that also relates to health, and a lot of people, let's face it, everybody's getting older. There's nobody that's like Benjamin Button, that Brad Pitt movie where he was getting younger and younger. There is no such thing as reversing age. As you embark further into your soul's journey, you are aging, and with age comes many things. Your joints are gonna be showing you concerns. Your energy level will show you concerns. Your health and well-being will also show you concerns, and you'll find that you're running to the doctor more often than when you were basically a teenager, because then in your teenage years you probably didn't have some of the health issues that you are actually going through in your later years. And it's not just going to get any better, it's just going to get worse and worse. So a lot of people, what I'm finding is they are getting very conscious of their health and well-being, and weight loss is part of that. Any doctor out there will tell you that anybody that is on our not on a desired weight level of their height, they will of course go through some of the health challenges. So the doctors always tell people to lose weight, and you must have heard that from your family physician. So it's nothing that is abnormal to hear that, or even your friends and family that are concerned about you. Even if you don't have to lose the weight, it's always good to know some of their some of the better ways of eating, because at the end of the day, this saying is completely true, and that is that you are what you eat. And you've heard this before, and it actually totally makes sense, because the outer appearance of how you look will determine what you are putting inside your body. And that could be just anything. I'm gonna say it goes from drugs to food to even the regular rest and relaxation. Because if you are lacking all of those things, if you're not in a higher diet in every aspect, even the mind, then of course it's going to show in your body, because you'll look that. So this is why it's so important, even if you are on a spiritual journey, to just make sure that you are healthy in every way, because the idea is to be healthy in body, mind, and soul. So this is why this is tied into being your best version of yourself. So if you are comfortable in your own body, and you're happy with the way you are, then so be it. This may not resonate with you, this video, and that's okay. But if you are looking for some changes and you want to actually eat a little bit better or eat a little bit healthier, then this would be something that would be of interest to you, whatever I'm gonna go over. So yeah, it's my own personal weight loss transformation was a lifelong decision, because what I found is that as I'm getting older, like everybody else, your metabolism is not as amazing. And I've actually fought with issues with food all my life. So this gives you an idea that everybody has their struggles. And when I was a teenager, I was always born really skinny. And then all of a sudden I'm starting to develop really early as a woman. And of course people were so stupid, back home. They used to just say, oh, you're getting huge. And of course, when a child is going through all that phase, You know, you tell this to a 10-year-old or 9-year-old child or 11-year-old at that time, you know, they automatically think you're getting fat, right? You know, at least that's what I thought in my mind, and I was starting to get very, very paranoid. And then there came the issues with food, where I started starving myself, and I didn't really want to, you know, eat, because then I'm trying to stay or remain thin. And you will, if you're a parent, you'll notice that as well with your children. So this is, again, you know, good for everybody to just hear some of the tips that I'm going to give, because, you know, you may actually see this even through your children as well, where they're actually going through the same thing. So, you know that that's an issue. That isn't a problem. It is, it's not a healthy state of mind to have a child grow up in, and it certainly wasn't mine. And unfortunately, in my case, you know, there was nobody. Though I had older sisters and I had a mother, my mom, you know, she, you know, nobody actually explained all that aspect as a child growing up. So it was something that was an inward struggle for me. And I want to say that I also was, you know, doing the, you know, the barfing thing. I learned that, you know, even at that age, you know, I learned in my early teenage years how to do that, and I was doing even that too. And there would be days where I would starve for a few days, you know, and not eat anything, because, you know, that was the only way I could remain thin. So, but of course, you know, now in today's time, there's so much research that has gone that if you are actually starving yourself, or if you're not eating, you're actually doing more worse than good to your body, because what it actually does is your body starts to learn to survive in a survival mode, meaning that if you're giving your body just, you know, a little bit of nutrition or a little bit of food, what it allows it to do is it's gonna start to store, you know, that food in forms of energy in all areas of your body, because it's reserving it for future. The, you know, human body is a working machine, and what it does is it actually learns to survive on a survival mode. So bear that in mind for those that love to starve. You've heard it before, and you can try it, but that's what it does. It actually works the opposite. It's gonna, if you're giving your body once a meal every 2 days or whatever have you, it's going to learn to survive with just that much. And it's a work of a human art, you want to call it, because, you know, I mean, that's what physicians will say, you know, a human body is an art, right? And it knows how to survive, and it actually does that in a very, very good way. So and a bad way, you know. So the best thing is to not do that. And it's something that has taken me many, many years to get over psychologically. So yeah, so this was sort of my background, and it's been a struggle since then to make sure that I'm eating food, and I'm not thinking of it as that it's gonna start storing it somewhere else, or, you know, that sort of thing. It's always been a psychological inbuilt, so I have my own struggles with it. But and then I remember I had lost a lot of weight. I won't endorse any particular weight loss programs, because, you know, I mean, I'm not getting paid to do that, so I'm not going to mention which one. But I actually did go to a weight loss program. This was in 2016, 2016, yes, because by 2017 I was actually at a very desired weight and goal, after being a little bit bigger than what I would have preferred it to myself to be. And I didn't, you know, one thing about any weight loss programs is that once you get your goal, get your desired weight, it doesn't matter. As soon as you start eating regular food, bam, the weight comes back on. And that's why some of these weight loss programs are, you know, it's a lifestyle change. And if you're not willing to give up that lifestyle change, then it's gonna pile back on. So that was the case I noticed that from 2018, when I met my twin flame, I was actually pretty good with my weight, and now I've actually gone back to that weight, which is nice. But what I found is that from 2018 to up till last year late, I found that I had gained a lot of weight, and I stopped making excuses as to being ascension symptom, though it is one of the symptoms that you get. You get the Buddha belly, which I wrote about. I'll link that article as well in my description, so you can check that out on what Buddha belly is. So really there was there is that as well in the spiritual community, where people talk about Buddha bellies and stuff like that, and that is true. But I stopped making that excuses that was a result of Buddha belly, and I just decided to nip it. And it was kind of weird because, and I've kind of mentioned in other videos, that when I see myself in the future with, I have clairvoyance, not as good as other empaths, but I do have a little bit of clairvoyance. So whenever I saw myself in future with my future children and with my twin flame, I always saw myself very, very thin and very, very fit. And that was something that didn't make sense to me, because I was always very, very curvy, and always had meat in me. so that and I right now, what you see me as is not what I'll be. A lot thinner, like what my vision showed me is that I would be lot more thinner, very, very fit. And I didn't understand that. It's because, like I said, I've always been, fuller, little bit fuller. Like, even if I'm thin, I still have the curves, and I think that'll stay. It didn't matter. It's something that I was, born with. So the curves will always be there. And my twin flame never had an issue with my curves. They actually liked that. But I did find that when I saw myself in the future, I did notice that I'm a lot thinner, and it didn't make sense to me. But when I made the decision end of January that this is it, I need to make some changes about my life, and then I don't know about you guys, but when you're a little bit overweight, or depending on how overweight you are, especially if you've been a little bit thinner, the difference. I was finding my energy level was very, very low. I had a hard time going up and down the stairs and stuff like that, and I just wasn't very physically fit. So, and the problem with my family history is that my diabetes is in my family history with my mom, and I knew that this could be something that will develop later on if I didn't, nip my issues. Another thing is that some of my sisters had gestational diabetes as well, when they were that word, I can't even pronounce it, gestational. Yes, there you go. They had that before, during the time that they were pregnant. So that was another decision that I had made, that while I'm gonna have 2 children during my pregnant times, I do not want to get gestational diabetes as well, because it's something that it's very serious to me. My children are very it's a serious business to me, so I want to make sure that they are actually very, very healthy when I'm bringing them into this world. And also, one of the biggest things that anybody that our future parents that are wanting to bring children, twin flame children, they should be making sure that their container, their vessel, is pure and disease-free in every way, right? So you want to make sure that you have a very healthy container to bring them in. So that was one of the things that I also thought about, and I decided this is it. I cannot be going on doing what I do because it's not working. If it was working, then I wouldn't be putting on weight. Forget about losing it, I was still putting on weight, and that was not good. And clothing is very, very expensive. For those that love having a good wardrobe, that it's expensive. It gets very, very expensive to keep buying new clothes. And I came to the point where I didn't even have one pair of jeans that fit me, and I was not happy about that. And I want to say, for those girls, those chicas that like wearing leggings, put them away, because I'm saying that because I know it hurts to put them away, because when you wear leggings, every day is a good day. You will always fit into your leggings. You're gonna laugh and you're gonna agree with me, but for those that want to really get serious about weight loss, you need to put away your leggings, because what your leggings will show you is that there is no problem, that you're not putting any weight, and before you know it, you've actually packed on 10-20 pounds, right? I go in pounds, so you can substitute that to kgs. Some countries actually go with that metric system, but it's every pound is 2.2 kg. Sorry, 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, so you can do your math here. So yeah, so that's how it was with did I do the metric correctly? Is it 1.2 pounds? No, it would be 2.2, I think. Yeah. Forgive me if my metric is not correct, but you guys can convert that. There's always little apps that you can use on Google here to check what the weights are. But yeah, really, you want to make sure that you are checking the weights and stuff like that. And see, I don't believe in weights as well, because some people, unlike this, some people are they've always weighed more than they look, and that's why I don't bother with carrying looking at scales, because a lot of times your mass is your fluid inside your body. It could be many things, that water, right? I mean, it's weighing everything. It's just not it's weighing muscles as well, and muscles actually have more mass than body, right? So it all depends on how muscular you are. So the best part would be the measurements. I want to say that's gonna be more your thing. If you believe in weight, then that's okay, but I personally don't, because I know, like I said, I've always weighed heavier than than I look, and I probably have heavy bones and heavy muscles as well, so that plays in there, and of course the fluid, right? So in your body that you have, so yeah, so try to put away your leggings. Try to go with any kind of pants that do not have that give stretch material, because especially if you want to actually watch what you're doing, and you also want to get a measuring tape. Those tailors measuring tape, they're flexible enough. You can actually you can measure your waist and your chest and your hips, all that sort of thing. You can weigh it and write it down and just see. The biggest way that you really would know is when your clothes start to fit you. And I was one of those that kept their skinny clothes. And I have a certain style, and they don't go out of fashion, so that was a good thing. So I always kept all those clothing, and I didn't have to buy all that much, but I still I still bought clothes because I like clothes in general. And then what I did with my my bigger clothes, they went into the garage. I call them pregnancy clothes, because it's not because I'm keeping it so that I can fit into it some other time. It's because I don't want to be buying new wardrobe for my pregnancy time when I'm actually having children. So because you will put on that weight. So yeah, I've actually packed it up and put them away. So this is a tip for some of the ladies, especially if you have the room, put them in those kind of plastic bin containers, because they're very, very secure. Nobody and no insect or any rodents won't go inside. It'll just be secure, airtight. So and it is good for all weathers. Like in Canada we get some extreme weathers, so and my garage is always crispy cold in the winter time, so it doesn't bother, it doesn't ruin it. So that's another little tip, to just hang on to those, especially if you're gonna have future children. So these were some of the things that I personally struggled with. And now comes the nitty-gritty part of the video. How right? What is the how part, or what is the key thing here? So everybody knows that, see, the thing is, this is what it is. If you are doing regular weight maintenance, then you can continue eating healthy, and that will keep your weight at that plateau stage where it's going to be just, you know, it won't gain weight or it won't lose weight. But in order for those that actually want to lose weight, there's only 3 types of diet that's available. And you will, even if you hire a personal trainer, right, and you want to, you know, get your body in shape, your trainer will tell you one thing, and that is that what you do in the gym will be, you know, what I will tell you to do. But outside the gym, you have to follow our diet, and they also give you a diet plan. And it doesn't matter who you are. You could be a celebrity, you could be just a normal person, it doesn't matter. Now, speaking of celebrities, another thing you may want to take a look or notice when you are watching TV, your favorite shows, doesn't matter which ethnic who you watch, it could be English shows or your own ethnic, it doesn't matter, because everybody's weight conscious or very aware of their self. This is why famous, you know, stars like Adele and Jennifer McCarthy, both of them actually decided to lose a lot of weight, right? So is that her name, Jennifer McCarthy? You know, the funny lady, and she looks amazing actually. I'll have to Google that, you know, Jennifer McCarthy, I think that's her name. So anyways, you know, you guys know which one I'm talking about. You know, just Google McCarthy and you'll know which one I'm talking about. She's very funny. I love her movies, and very, very pretty lady actually. And she even decided to lose a lot of her weight as well. And there's a reason for that, and that's probably so that they can actually be healthier. And you know, there's health choices too that you need to make, and that's the reason why you're watching this video as well, because your health issues or concerns or wanting to just be healthier is another reason why you want to do this. So that just goes to show that even if you know, you are going to a weight, you know, you're getting your body in shape by a trainer, they will also give you a diet plan to go by, because that's just what it is. You know, it goes back to that saying, you are what you eat, and that's so true. So there's that's that story. So there's 3 types of weight loss. Like I said, I'll tell you what they are. One is low fat diet, and that first and foremost, I want to actually throw a disclaimer here, which I didn't do in the beginning of the video. So, you know, if you've gone this far, well, we didn't go into the big aspects of this, you know, like this is where the second portion is going into the health concerns of it in a big way. So I'm going to throw a disclaimer here. I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a doctor, and I don't plan to be one. This is all based on my experience and my advice. Take as you resonate with it. If you have any doubts or concerns, check with your local physician as well, because that's what they're there for. They can actually help you out a little bit better. You can seek professional you know, advice from nutritionists as well to gain better insights. I'm none of those, and I don't have any background you know, knowledge on that or any degree on it. So this is just based on what I know and based on my research. So I'm definitely no expert. So this is my disclaimer anyways, that is being put out here, that whatever from here on I mention, this is based on your own discretion, and you have to check with your local physicians and dietitians and nutritionists to make sure that you are getting the proper care that your body needs. So that disclaimer is there, and here we go. So 3 types of weight loss programs. One is the low-fat diet, and a lot of companies, you can find out which ones they are, that cater to just the low-fat diet. And what that means is that you are incorporating some of the lowest fat content of the food, and even in this particular one, you are actually doing a little bit of portion control as well. So the low fat food, any of the high fat food, you have to remove that, and now you're doing the low fat, right? And that will allow you the weight loss. Second one is the no carb, that's the carbohydrates. So you're removing that, where you are removing, let's just say, 75% or more of your daily carb intakes in order for you to do the weight loss. So that's what you're removing. And like I said, you have to really pay attention to some of the movies that you watch or shows you watch, because look at what they eat on the table, and you will notice that they're always eating some sort of salads. They don't have carbs sitting there on their table, because this is one of the easiest ones to go around, and it gives you one of the most effective weight loss, and very quickly you'll see the weight loss happen. So that's that, right? Another one is portion control. So you are actually doing little food, and you're basically going through a starvation mode. You're eating everything, but you're actually eating it with the portions. So those are the three major ones that most of the diet companies will use, in order for you to gain the results that you want, or you get the results that you desire. So with that, a lot of diet programs will also tell you to do some exercise, but in order for your body to go through a fat loss or a weight loss, there has to be there is a certain amount of calories that you put in, that you're allowed as a human being. And it's just generic, so you can actually Google what that is. So from there, you're actually cutting the amount of calories and that's just standard diet. I'm not talking about the low carb and all that. Like, I'm talking about just the normal dietitians. What they do is, for example, if you are allowed 4,000 calories, they'll bring it down to 2,000 calories. So that's that calorie counting, right? So that's where the portion control diet applies, because what they're doing is they are reportioning your food and counting the calories there, what calories are okay for you to take and what calories are not, and you just kind of go and follow that kind of regime of the diet in order to gain the results. Because at the end of the day, something has to give up in order for you to do your weight loss, and that's something that I understood all my life, and it was very hard for me to do personally, was to give up some of the things that I actually enjoyed. And I think that this will resonate to many of you, because you grew up with certain culture, and that you wanted to you just love your carbs, you love your rice, you love your breads, and you love your rotis and naans, and what else is there, your pastas, right, your pizzas, because that's it's all this yummy food that people absolutely love. And with that, you pay a price, because what it does, it stores in your body. Because at the end of the day, what used to work a few hundred years ago, when our ancestors were farmers, they needed this kind of heavy food in order to go work in the rice fields, and and into their fields, right, growing whatever they were doing. The task was harder, so you can burn it off, because you're out there, you're actually burning it off, right? But these days, we're sitting in a air-conditioned office, and you're working, and you're sitting on your chair, you're working off the computers. The only thing you're exercising is just your fingers. You're not really exercising anything else. So this is where you need to have some sort of give in order to gain, right? You can of course have a really absolutely amazing routine of hitting the gym after work, and some of you actually do that, or you go for a run, and that's also a good way of maintaining a good weight or whatever have you. But you also have to think about your diet as well, because if you are going into the gym and working out 2 hours, and then at home you go and you chug some pizza, then how does that work, right? It's not going to it's going to be counterproductive. So that's some of the little things that you have to think about, and you really have to understand what your body is all about, and you know, make a decision on any of these three types of you know, plans that are available. All of them will give you results. The one that I stuck to was the no carb, because of my diabetes background with my parent being one, and it was something, and it's very heavy in our Indian heritage, because majority of the Asians and Indians, you know, you'll find that you know, diabetes is very, very common for us, because, you know, we have very heavy carb diet. You know, we love our carbs, and that's what it is. So this is where it gets, you know, you just know that that's what it is. So yeah, so I gave up 75% of my daily carb intake in order for me to lose the weight and continue to do so. And this is a decision that I made for life, and I don't have any rules to this type of diet. It's not even keto, because it's keto. In keto diet, you know, you're not supposed to have dairy. You know, it's only few types of dairy that you're supposed to have, and I still have my dairy. So this is where I made up my own rules. And in keto, you're not supposed to have your sugar as well. So I still have my sugar. I have I love my tea, my Indian chai tea. So I have sugar with that. So I'm and you know, the odd time if I'm craving some sort of you know, sweetness, then I'll have a little dessert or whatever. But it's usually not the case where I'm actually eating lots of sugar. But I'm finding that, you know, these kind of things kind of work. So what I've done is how it works for my situation is I learned to eat any food without the carbs. And a lot of course, you know, I eat a lot of Indian cuisine, so that I learned how to not eat it with rice and roti. So for those women that are Indians and you are wondering how to do it, this is another way. I'm also going to link a article and that would be actually very, very beneficial for anybody to look at, to know what are the vegetable proteins, because a lot of you viewers are also vegans and vegetarians, and if you are one of those, then you can have a look and see what vegetable proteins are there that you can incorporate in your diet. So in my case, yeah, I don't eat potatoes, and you know, I don't eat any of that stuff. But having said that, you know, this is where it gets fun, because you want to make this very, very fun for yourself. You don't want to be tied up to rules and regulations. You can have 1 or 2 cheat days per week. So meaning that, you know, you are either 7 days in a week. So I only stick to 1 cheat day, and that I'm very content with, because I'm trying to do still a lot of weight loss. In, you know, I still have one more size that I want to go down before I can relax a little bit on that, right? So but you know, you can have, you know, depend, of course, you know, your body is going to go into shock when you're doing that, because your body will be jittery, right? You'll want to have carbs. So what you want to do is make sure that you are you know, see what works, whether it's 1 or 2 days. So yeah, so you can do that, and that whole day that you have chosen, that's a cheat day, you can have anything you want. When I say anything, you can have anything you want, and your body will not gain that weight. Don't worry about that. So try that. See how that is going to help. I do that where I actually have 1 cheat day, and I learned that through actually Dwayne Johnson. I think Dwayne Johnson, that's his name. The Rock. God, I'm bad with names today, apparently. I should have wrote all these celebrities' names down. You know, I didn't think that I would lose. You know, you know. Anyways, I didn't think that I would not remember their names. So, anyways, yeah, he has cheat days, and you know, I mean, of course, his body is very buffed. You know, so he's very, very systematic, and he's probably very, very strict when it comes to his own diet. But then I follow him on social media, so I've seen him post you know, like really like his cheat days, what they look like. And that guy, I'm not joking. On a cheat day, he can have 4 stacks of pizzas and he can eat them and no problem. I'm like that too. I'm a woman, and I can tell you on my cheat day, because I do not believe in portion controls. So it just goes to show I can have 6 slices of pizzas, no problem, in one sitting on a cheat day. So, and that's a lot. You will be like, holy moly. But that's the good part about what I do. So if you want to follow what I do, I'll just quickly tell you guys. So I do that. Like I literally, you know, have one day where I just say, caution to the wind. I drink that day. And that's when I actually have, you know, I can go to restaurant outings with my friends and, you know, go to family dinners, because, you know, my family, we are all good cooks in my family. So when there's a family gathering, you know, honestly, you would never see so much food that's on our table. Like literally, we are foodie family. so we are all amazing cooks, you know. So it just, you know, you just have some really good, you know, the spreads, and that's what it is. So yeah, I don't want to lose out not having the fun. So yeah, I do want to say that cheat day really helps you, when, especially if you are on a social, you're like a social butterfly like I am, you know, where you like having your social outings and stuff like that. So you can actually have some really amazing, you know, food that way. And you know, I started going into the Punjabi, you know, mode because of my own twin flame with the merge effect, where I started craving Punjabi food and all that sort of thing. So I go to Punjabi restaurants almost every other week, and literally I order everything that they've got in the menu, and yeah, I have my cheat day and I actually enjoy it. So you can do that, and the other times, of course, you are very disciplined. You know, you are eating you know, non-carb food, right? So non-carb would be, you know, you're not eating any of the carbs that is there. For those that are not vegans or they're not vegetarians, you know, there's a few food that will be your best friend. Avocados. Well, you know, avocados is good for anybody because, you know, that's vegetable. So avocados are really good. They're very filling type of food. So you may want to indulge in avocados because they will fill you up. And eggs. So for those that are able to eat eggs are another one that are filler food. So you can boil some eggs and just leave it in your fridge with shell on, and you can just have that in between, you know, no problem. You can do that, and cheese. So these 3 items I want to say is really your best friend, and you can have that in your, you know, in your stack all the time, because it will help you to fill up, because you're not giving your body carbs, but these are some of the things that will help you fill up and be full, kind of thing. So these are some of their you know, the food that you can actually go with that will help you. And you want to always have, you know, a balance of the food. So because you're not having carbs, one of the things that you must ensure is that you having each food portion that you're going to have, you're going to make sure that you have your vegetables in there and your protein. You have to look up what they are. I'm not going to go over some of the food that, you know, it contains or what not. I'll just link that article where you guys can have a better insight on some of the vegetable protein that is among the food. Some of your favorite foods have vegetable protein, so you can have a look at what they are. But you may want to just make sure that, you know, that portion is there. And for those Indian viewers that are here, even for those that, you know, are not familiar with Indian cuisine, doesn't matter, because, you know, you can use any type of spices that you want, because spices have no calorie. So go nuts on your spices. You want to change your oil to olive oil, because that would be a healthier version of the oil. You don't have to worry about oil control here, because the type of diet that I'm talking about, you can have you know, you can have as much oil, and it's not gonna, whether it's in your cooking or not, who cares, doesn't matter. You know, you're allowed to have it, you can have it, you know, no problem. So and again, like I said, I didn't give up you know, dairy, so butter and all that sort of thing, that's all there in my cooking, right? So I use all of those fun stuff because I didn't give up dairy, though keto, you know, will ask you not to have certain type of dairies, right? So you can go nuts on that. I didn't see that being an issue in my case because I was able to still continue the weight loss. And you know, so you want to make sure that that's that. Another thing that you want to also invest in vegetarian, if you're getting tired of the meat, and you know, is chickpeas. This black chickpeas that is very, very high in protein. There's few chickpeas. There's the green chickpeas that are very high in protein, and there's black chickpeas that are very high in protein. The normal chickpeas that you see, which is what the hummus is made from, you know, the beige color, right? That one is a little carby, so, but it still has a little bit of protein in it. But if you are a vegan or a vegetarian, then you want to up these and actually get these high protein veggies. Another one that I want to say is the green lentils. Anything that has green lentils in it is high in protein. So you can go ahead and find some recipes. You can actually soak them overnight, and then you can make whatever you want with it. You can actually just add it on. There's so many delicious recipes out there that you can incorporate. One of their lentils, you can actually even sprout it. So all that information, of course, you can find on the internet, and that's so high in protein, and oh my goodness, you know, it's so good. I always have that, and you can actually have that with some veggies, you know, like some grilled veggies or some vegetable stir fry or something like that. Boom, you know, like it's a fuller, like you feel full having that, so you can actually you know, try that one as well. You know, these are little tips, right? For those that are allergic to tofu like I am, my body does not like processed food, so tofu is one of them, though it's a healthier vegetable, but because it's highly processed, my body doesn't like it. And you know, so whenever for those that are, you know, not able to have tofu, you can try paneer, which is same process but just from dairy, and you can actually incorporate that as your tofu. So you can look that up in your local food store, or you can even get a recipe from the websites that teach you how to make paneer at home, and you can use that in conjunct or as a substitution for tofu. So some of the things that you can do like that, right? So you know, have fun with the diet. You know, it's there is no rules, don't make them, and do not worry about portions. You know, you have with this type of food diet that I've got is loosely based on keto. So keto tells you not to have this fruit or that fruit. Don't worry about that. You know, you can have any fruit you want. That you know, I didn't find that was an issue at all. Another thing that you can do is you can have some Greek yogurt, throw some fresh cut fruit like pineapples or strawberries or some kind of berries, or you can have you know, mangoes or any of this kind of local fruit that you've got, and you can throw there's a granola type of cereal that comes you know, in stores, and you can have a look at it in your local store. They look like sort of like a oatmeal slash granola cereal, so you can use with the yogurt and the fresh fruit, you can have that, and then you can have 1 tablespoon of that cereal, not the whole thing, just that bit, and what you will find is that also will help you fill up. So these are some of the things that help. I want to also add, for those that were regular people that used to go to the gym, I was like that too. I was, before COVID, I haven't gone back to the gym, you know, during this thing, because I cannot, you know, work out with my mask on. I'm gonna, you know, fall on the floor. I hate these masks, so you know, any reason why I don't have to have them, I'm not gonna. So anyways, yeah, what I found is that this, you know, because I was working in the working out over the years in the gym and all that sort of thing, as I'm doing the fat loss, because that's what it'll do. It'll help you to do the fat loss even on your belly and all that sort of thing. You know, you'd be surprised where you're losing fat from. It's all over your body. It's lovingly distributed by your body everywhere. So when you start to see that fat loss, you'll be amazed, you know, at what you see underneath it. Because for those people that did all that workout, know that the muscles are there, your muscles, your abs, and those lovely things that are hiding underneath all that fat. It's all there when you're doing the fat loss. You'll see the transformation even there. You don't have to hit the gym. You've already done that in the past, and it's all sitting there and amazingly. And that's the brilliance of the fat loss, that you actually get to see all that stuff. So with that, I hope you guys enjoyed this segment of my pep talk. If you have any questions, you can always you know, mention it in the comments. I will link some of these articles that I found were very, very healthy, you know, that came up in this pep talk. So yeah, you know, all the best to your weight loss program. Make no rules, but be very, very strict to yourself, because at the end of the day, you deserve it. This is Twin Flame Union. Until next time.